Hey summer friends, Olivia here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. Happy Sunday. I am trying my very hardest to start posting videos on Sundays again. I have enough videos recorded for a month and a half, so I should have no excuses, right? Anyway, hi, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Today we're doing a cute little pink trailer, and I just woke up one morning and was like, I really want to design a trailer, and I found one on the Sims gallery and kind of went to town with it. And it's just pink vibes, very almost like someone's first apartment vibes. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of style I went for. And kind of like spring vibes too. Very like pinks and pastels, spring. Because hello, it is spring after all, which I am so excited. I felt like my grass changed from like this in real life. It changed from like a really ugly colored yellow to green overnight. I open up my front door every morning before the kids go to school, and I did that the other morning and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's green and it looks lush and it's spring." Look, you should celebrate the small things, and I'm celebrating that my grass looks freaking green, okay? Anyway, happy spring. I am so in all the vibes. I feel very refreshed in so many ways. I'm refreshed because I did just get back from spring break. Quick little update if you follow my channel. We went to Branson this year, Branson, Missouri, instead of doing our normal Florida trip. And it was the first year in a long time that we didn't go to Florida. Leading up to that, I felt kind of sad. Like I'd see all these memories pop up of when we were in Florida, and I felt like typically around this time of year, I'm like looking for a new bathing suit and new towels and just all the things, you know? And so I felt a little gloomy about it, but let me tell you, the morning we got up to leave, it was just, there's no other words to describe this trip other than like perfection. It was the most enjoyable trip I have ever had, and I have been obviously out of state and I've been on even solo trips. This was honestly the best trip we have ever had. And it was because my kids were so enjoyable. They were awesome the entire time. They're not even that good at home. Our hotel was great, really great breakfast. We had stayed there before. It's like a castle style that's in Branson. It's really cool. We had stayed there before. And the reason why I picked not to go on a tangent, but I picked the hotel because it does have a really good breakfast buffet and it has several pools, indoor pools. So I knew if one was busy, since it's spring break, we could like go to another one. And that's why I picked it. Anyway, so enjoyable. I chilled in the hot tub. I ate all the food. I had a blast. We did everything we wanted to do and more. We went to Silver Dollar City like I said we would. We went to Dixie Stampede. We did shopping. We did everything. It was perfect. Weather was really great. Weather on Saturday sucked. It was rainy. So we ended up staying the extra day to go to Silver Dollar City on Sunday. And it turned out like the most perfect weather to walk around. We did all the rides. Well, we did all the rides we wanted to do. It was pretty busy, but we didn't have to wait too long. And I went online to buy. We were in line at one of the rides, and I'm like, forget this. I'm buying front of the line passes. This is stupid. And I go online to buy a front of the line pass, and of course, they're sold out. So we stuck through it. It was fun. We stayed there all day long. Had a blast, honestly. And yeah, we even did like Ripley's Believe It or Not and all the things we normally don't do. We ate at Paschetti's, which is a restaurant on the main strip that I've always wanted to eat at since I was a little girl. It's a giant meatball you walk in, and I was a little underwhelmed with the food, but it was still a really cool experience. Anywho, best ever, even though it was close, like close to home. We didn't have it was 3 hours away. The trip to and from was even easy. I mean, it was just perfect. And yeah, super refreshed because of it. I came back and actually got to spend like the whole afternoon the next day with my best friend. She literally texted me and said, "What if I told you I was in your driveway?" And I was like, "I'd be really happy." And I saw her car pull up. And it's the girl I talk about so much. If you do follow the channel, it's the one who has three boys like me, and we've been best friends since, I don't know, like what, first grade? So a long time friendship I'm talking about. So it was really great talking to her. Her husband is super cool. and I've known him for a long time too. So we kind of just hung out, caught up, had a really great afternoon with them actually. And yeah, it was great. And then back to work we went, unfortunately, but it was a really weird week, to be honest. And so I am totally here for the weekend. Super, super glad. Not to mention, we really, really have started. I know I talked about it last time, but we really did start our kitchen reno. And I'm doing air quotes here because I think renos can be categorized as like you're like tearing down walls. The only thing we're tearing down is an old backsplash, okay? So we're there. The backsplash, Robert officially got it off today. It's Friday when I'm recording this, by the way. And yeah, it's looking quite scary. Tomorrow we're tackling the countertops. We have a new cooktop that's going in that's just super, I'm super excited for it. Very simple, but just clean, modern, you know. And then my sink. I don't know if I said this, my sink currently is messed up. It has been for months. It has a really weird water pressure and the garbage disposal does not work. So I'm beyond excited to get the kitchen up and going again. But back to Sims. Listen, I told myself, I'm a big girl. I make my own money. I'm going to start doing a little bit of Patreon subscriptions. So I did my very first one. I cannot pronounce her name. I know I've talked about it here on the channel before, back whenever, it's like probably months ago I talked about her. I did go ahead and subscribe to her Patreon, and I got some of the cutest stuff. Most of the stuff is from her channel. So I will link it down below. I think it's like Decrossy or something similar to that. I love her style. Very pastels, very like fun boho kind of stuff. And so I'm real excited to have hers. Now, the next one I'm going to do, and I'm going to do a couple a month. And then once I feel like I've got, you know, a lot of their content and I feel good about it, I'll probably end up ditching them and then I'll just kind of keep going through them. I don't want to have too many at once, but maybe like 2 or 3, right? And so the next one that I want to do is Simon the Best Life. Don't quote me, I'll put it down below. That's my next one I'm gonna do because she has free content on Patreon. But I really want to support her for at least a couple months because I really love her content. I'm actually building tonight a cereal, just bear with me here, a cereal house. I am, because long story short, I have this idea. In my catering business, I got someone requested to do a cereal bar, and it's kind of trending right now in the wedding world. After you like have a night out of dancing, you'll have a cereal bar set up for your guests to go grab some cereal before they leave. Really cute idea. Anywho, so I've been like on Pinterest a lot looking at some ideas to set this bar up for them, and I come across someone who set one up in their home. Now, people set up cereal bars in their home a lot. I see them on Pinterest and stuff, but they look so cheesy. No, this girl set up like naked open shelving, right? Just imagine that. And then she has like, of course, glass jars, which I have a hate love for glass jars. I have a hate love for people who take stuff out of a container, right? And then put it in a glass jar. I sometimes it just doesn't make sense. I totally get the aesthetics. I have the farthest I've gone so far of doing that is I half assed did this to pasta. I have back when we lived at our old house, I bought those jars, really pretty jars with the really cool tops, a little like naked wood looking tops, and I bought them for our spaghetti and Alfredo or fettuccine and all that, right? But I can't say that I fill them up too often because it's just a pain in the butt. Same thing goes for cereal. I have clear containers for cereal and I even put little labels on the front of them. And half the time I fill them, half the time I don't. But anyway, hear me out. This lady, she put together a cereal bar in her house because let's be honest, my kids in the morning, I'm not cooking breakfast. I am not that mom. I don't think I'll ever be that mom. First off, we are like literally when we get up in the morning, I don't really get up super early to have extra time. I want to get up at enough time to get them ready and out the door. I'll be honest. Okay. So breakfast is usually at school, but I do say, hey, you want to grab a bowl of cereal? And so I feel like this is very, not only is it cute and aesthetically pleasing, but for us, it makes total sense. So what she did is she bought glass jars, of course, and filled them up with her family's favorite cereal on like the first, just imagine like 3 shelves. The first shelf is like the cereals. The second shelf was like toppings, right? So like she had like nuts and like dried berries, like that kind of stuff, right? And then below that was like her sugars and stuff. And I just thought that was so cute. Now, it's not very practical for my family because the kids could not reach the top cereal, but I can move that around, right? Anyway, I had a vision. I'm like, I'm going to make myself a cereal house tonight. A person who loves cereal. I have all these cute cereals. I got all the, didn't buy them, but I downloaded them, all the cute cereals, and I'm going to make a cereal house. So that was a really, really 2 minute or more long winded, I think like 3 minutes winded way of saying I am building a cereal house tonight and I'm quite excited. I really am. It is a great way to spend a Friday night. And I'll try to post it soon. I don't know. I'll probably post it before I post some of my other regular builds, but yeah. So in this build, I did use a lot of my new Patreon stuff, which I'm super excited. One of the most things I love is having more pillows and more plants, more posters, and like lamps and stuff. You can never have enough posters. You need them in a room to make it a cohesive room. Okay. So, anyway, I'm just excited. I'm excited to that I had that conversation with myself. I know I sound like a crazy nut, but I'm glad that I like told myself, like, you can buy some freaking whatever Patreon subscriptions because you're a big girl and you work for your money and you can do that. And again, I'm not going to go crazy. I'll do maybe one or two every now and then, but I'm just excited to support creators because they are freaking awesome. The stuff they do, it matters. It people out here are loving stuff and you know what? I love the free creators too because it's like they do it just for the love of it. But every now and then it's nice to be able to support people that you find and that you love, the stuff that you can appreciate and let them know that you appreciate them. Anywho, what is going on? Anything fun going on this coming week? Nothing really here. Really honestly, not like a whole bunch of stuff. It kind of feels like things are making sense or things are starting to like click for me in like a lot of different ways. I don't know if you can relate or not, but you know, there are just like these busy seasons in your life when you kind of feel like you're out of sorts and oh, I don't know if I'll be able to get it together. And you kind of feel a little bit like you're always behind. I don't know about you, but that's kind of how I felt for the past couple months. And again, I know I'm back to the whole refresh thing, but I feel refreshed. And we just launched this week our new catering menu. And a lot of love went into that menu. A lot of sleepless nights, a lot of, crunching numbers and trying to make this work and trying to make this thing that's a hobby into like a thing, And so I feel like now that the menu's out, I'm feeling like I can exhale for the first time in a long time and I don't know, I just feel really good about it. We also are kind of still learning our new machine for t-shirts and so I played around with that a little bit last week and I'm feeling pretty good about it. So I'll be relaunching a lot of t-shirt designs and stuff soon because now I can do like full color on black shirts. I can do anything. Um, and so I'm really excited about that. The last thing that I told myself to do before I actually start selling again is learning how to do mugs on this new machine. I tried a couple times and it's been a fail. But I watched some YouTube videos. I think I'd be ready to try it again this weekend sometime. So excited about that too. Lots of cool stuff happening. But back into the Sims world, there's nothing like having lights above the bed in a Sims world. I think in real life, like again, I felt like I don't know, I felt like this was definitely like one of my like I told you before, but it's like someone's first apartment, right? That's how I feel. But lights above the bed is a really cool idea. It's like when all the lights are out and you have like twinkle lights in your bedroom it just gives you the vibes. I remember when I had to be like 10 or 11. My parents redid my bedroom and I didn't have twinkle lights, but I have smiley face, like total 90s girl, smiley face, like little lights. And when the lights were off at night and you're tucked in your bed, it just had a vibe. And it made me think of that when I put those lamp lights there. I remember like laying in bed sometimes looking at it. Anyway, twinkle lights in the bedroom, so for it. I wish I could do it in my bedroom. It seems to me like it's a little bit kiddish, but it's practical. It is because it's like you can lay there in bed and just feel, I don't know, you can feel cozy. You know what I'm saying? Do you have twinkle lights in your bedroom? Maybe I should put them in my bedroom. Like, who's to tell me I can't, you know? Because trust me, if you know me, I don't like anyone telling me what to do. So maybe I should put them in my room. Anyway, I have a really quick little tip real fast about like life real quick before I go because it just made me think about it. And today a coworker and I were talking about this and I just thought, hey, I'll just share it in case someone else could use this relationship advice. So real quick, I won't even be long about it, okay? Promise. I know. But Robert and I have been together since we were 12 years old. Listen, we dated for pretty much that entire time. There was a time in our senior year, I won't bore you, but we broke up for some reasons. And anyway, I did date someone else for a little while. He dated someone else for a little while, but pretty much since then. And then when I was out of school for a while, I dated this guy. But anyway, so essentially I've been with him since I was 12 years old. So a long time. I'm turning 33 this year, so do the math. But one thing, so my coworker and I were talking earlier today. She's having a really hard time with her new husband. And she was kind of saying some stuff that like reminded me of like the struggle when you like live with somebody and you feel like you kind of feel like you're off sometimes, like you're doing more than they are, or you're like comparing notes of like, I did this and you need to do this. Like, I have some advice. So, one of the things that Robert and I do, and we've been doing it for years since the kids were really, really little, ask ourselves, it's every week, we say, what can I do for you this week? Okay. And actually, now, if I'm being honest, we ask each other that every morning. What can I do for you today? It's like one of those things of like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of things. It's give or take. That's what relationships are about, people, right? But it's simple, right? But what we used to do is like on Sundays, we would always lay the kids' clothes out for the week. We put them in these little bins at the old house, and we'd say, while we were doing that, we'd be watching our TV show of the week or whatever, and we'd say, what can I do for you this week? And we talk about it. Sometimes it's like little things like, can you please, for the love of God, help me organize the fridge or clean out the fridge, right? Something like that. Or it was like, can you take this off? Can you take this off my plate? Or can you take this? Can you call and pay the car payment or whatever, right? And then it kind of like evolved to like, we do every day. What can I do for you today? And it's so simple, and it may sound silly to you, but it is life changing because your partner does not read your mind. They don't know what's going on in your mind. They don't know what is stressing you out. And sometimes as a partner, we feel like they should. We feel like they should read our minds because why not? But they don't. And just like we don't read their minds, you know what I mean? And so it is so like life changing to just ask that simple question. And so anyway, we were talking about that, and she literally just texted me and was like, how crazy that a question could like fix our problems, because she was really in that thought process or that thought bubble of he should know what I need, right? You know? And they don't. And we don't know what they need. So just a quick question is like, what can I do for you today? Take something off your plate. You know what I'm saying? It's simple, but it's life changing, people. You didn't know you get some relationship advice watching a Sims video today, did you? Anyway, have you done that? Do you do that? Have you tried it? If not, totally try it. I would love to hear about it, how it went. What did you think? It's like a communication portal, because once you start asking that, you like are on the same page about it. Anyway, it's a great thing. But I'll leave you with this. I hope that you have a freaking awesome week, and I hope you like the way this pink trailer turned out. I thought it was pretty fun. I hope you dig it. If you like what I'm doing, do all the YouTubey things, like, share, comment, you know. And I'll talk to you next time.
for you.